can tell every single time Shinja tries to do that.
Yeah, paper thin walls and everything.
Yeah, you
That's
can
how you
hear
set
you
up
can
your
hear the
system.
rumblings going on in the wall. It's that new 3D rumbling that
Yeah.
they presented.
Oh, yeah.
Feel it.
You can feel the weight of it through the wall.
So,
Okay,
Ditz
we're
and I
recording
made
now.
okay, so Ditz and I made a live reaction. I'm just going to upload the voice because I don't want to get, you know, Nintendo whatever, hate on me. But yeah, Happy New Year, guys. It's
Happy New Year.
it's been quite a while, and a lot of shit has been going on this January, and a lot of good stuff has been good this January. So let's start with the good stuff, which is we just end up watching the Nintendo Switch presentation.
Mm-hmm.
We're
So
fresh out of the presentation, yes.
exactly. So what do you guys think?
Oh.
Come on.
Okay. Let's at least start off with the same thing Nintendo tried to start off. Okay,
The Joy-Cons.
the Joy-Cons. What did you guys think of them?
They're so
'Cause
tiny.
I mean, they
Yeah.
are tiny. I think me personally, I'll either be using the grip a lot, or if I want something smaller, more lightweight, I'll probably go for the single controller, for the single Joy-Con, but especially with the strap, because it would make it a hell of a lot easier to use and right bumpers on the top of it. Yeah, I call them bumpers, they're actually buttons.
It's astounding how much they crammed into one of those things. It has Wii Remote technology, but better.
Yeah.
And then now it has this 3D rumble functionality inside of it.
And it has a camera, a sensor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that really freaked me out. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I said that out loud when that came up. And then he started doing the measurements and stuff. I was like, holy cow.
Dude, now I can play with rock, paper, scissors with people online.
Exactly. That makes me so fucking happy.
I can't even
yeah.
imagine what else you can do with it. But they're Nintendo, and they're going to come up with, like, really awesome things.
Well, you can apparently make yourself a glass of water.
Dude, like 3D rumbling is the new way for like fleshlight and whatnot, so you can expect something like that.
Damn.
3D rumbling VR.
No, well, I was joking, but VR would be like a great addition with the 3D rumbling. I think it would actually make touching things feel realistic if it's as good as they proclaim it to be.
Nobody else has technology like this. Like, have you guys seen like that kind of force feedback or whatever you'd say in a technology before? Because I can't think of anything like that.
Neither can I.
Neither, man. It's just like this new technology bringing into us, like, here you go. This is what's up. I'm like, how can this thing hold that? Like, this is such a tiny stuff with a lot of things inside.
There's so much going on in that thing.
Yeah.
It just felt like, with the 3D Rumble, it just felt like that Nintendo showed up, and immediately they were like, "Hey, remember how you guys said we got nothing new to offer that you haven't seen in the other consoles?" And just dropped their brass balls on the floor right on that stage. Like, dude.
Well, at least they stood up with the adults and the trailers and everything. There were teenagers, young teenagers in there, but
it was mostly old Japanese businessmen.
Yeah.
Like from like the opening crowd sweeps that they did, like the room was so dead.
By the way, that DJ thing that they were filming before, I thought that was like a really good production, actually.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, at least what Shinja was talking, that when they showed the crowd, I was like, wait a minute, I think I hear clapping, but everyone has their hands on their laps.
They have fake ones, like.
That's just things I notice. It's just things I notice.
They're just very serious Japanese men. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, I was hyped.
Yeah, basically. What else? Yeah, the Joy-Con, the games that coming for that you could use the Joy-Cons. One of them was Arms.
Oh, dude, arms.
That one, I was like, dude, you got my attention on this
Name
game.
made me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Arms.
I mean, I already
You know
know.
that? Yeah, arms.
Well, there's the one point near the end where it's like, the guy's giving live commentary about like the match or whatever.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh, that was so funny.
like Spring or like I can't remember. Ribbon Girl's gonna win. Oh no, it looks like Springman's got the upper hand.
Oh.
He released his ultimate. Oh, he won.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gum Gum Gatling.
And it was
No,
just like,
that's something
oh,
that people want. Think about it, guys. Like, so many people want like a fighting game. Like some kind of simpler fighting game that used motion technology and
Yeah.
that, like, okay, that's another side of the coin. But I'm on this side of the coin right now. I see this working actually.
hey Dan, what'd you do to your voice? It sounds really deep all of a sudden.
He's using that.
He's thinking of the video. He started
Okay.
channeling the dude that was
I
commentating.
repositioned it. Do I sound different now?
It sounds really deep, like that bug that we get on the stream.
like-
Oh my god!
I'm sorry,
talking
guys.
Like this and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe
like-
something's happening with the microphone. I'll reconnect it real
Indeed.
fast.
Officer Dan, you just hit puberty.
It sounds like he had a gender swap or something. Because it's like still like a little bit higher pitched, but it's like, oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Does this sound any different, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds exactly
Okay,
like
I replugged it in.
it. Okay, so one thing that made me laugh during that live commentary while they were showing the fight between using the names of the characters, Ribbon Girl and Spring Man, is like he was saying, "Oh, looks like Spring Man's against the rope." I was watching both screens because it's what I do. I observe everything. I could immediately identify what were the HP bars, what indicated when he could use a special and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At no point in the match
No.
was Springman losing.
No, I saw that too, Dids.
At no point was he losing, and
No.
it's like,
but it
his
made it
own-
even
taking a
funnier
beat.
when he was just like, "Oh, Springman won."
Dude, that was so funny.
oh, surprise win from Springman. It's like
So,
he fucking
pretty
owned
obvious.
in that match. That was no surprise.
Yeah.
Is that Mega Man 7, Shinja?
What?
Springman?
Oh, Springman is, yeah, it's Mega Man 7.
Quick, we need to make a video really fast where we just go into our archives where you die to him, and then we just put that over it. Oh, Springman won.
No, you
I
gotta
can make
put-
that happen.
You gotta put Shinja during the boss fight, and then the actual live commentary from the dude
Yeah. that's
during the
what I'm
boss fights. Just oh god.
saying. Oh, Springman won. We gotta do it, dude. That'd be super fun.
But we have to find someone who capped it. I'm sure someone
The
did.
presentation?
Yeah,
Oh, you know it's somewhere.
yeah. It's especially that part. Someone has to have uploaded
Definitely
it.
gonna be. I mean, it was a bunch of streamers were allowed to use it. That's the thing I found really interesting. That before the conference,
Yeah.
there were
True.
official announcements that they were telling people they could show the entire conference on their channel. So that's why I'm not worried that I'm gonna upload the entire conference to my channel with me and Zyber's reaction, including the video footage, because I have a picture that is basically proof of them giving permission. But anyways, aside from that, which is also an important point, I think that they're working a lot with YouTubers, but leaving that point behind for a moment, going back to ARMS, I already know who my favorite character is. I want to fight as the fucking girl in the mech suit. With like
Oh,
the
yeah,
rocket
she's like a little
launchers and
diva,
shit.
isn't she?
Yeah.
She looked like
I wanna-
Trombone to me.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly who I thought, Trombone.
You guys pronounce
That's-
it Bone? I always thought it was Bon.
Oh, it might be Bon. I don't know.
Trombone.
don't-
But I think it's trombone because like the instrument, you know.
True.
Yeah. Actually, I've pronounced it so many ways before. Bon.
Yeah,
Bone.
I never know how to
Boone.
pronounce stuff.
For the longest time, I'd call it Boone.
Trombone.
All right.
Indeed.
So ARMS, out of the way. Right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, anyways, at least going back to it once more, I found that with ARMS, at least, I was really impressed with how they really proved everything that can be done with those Joy-Cons, at least motion-wise with that game.
Yeah,
That was impressive.
that was a Wii well done.
Yeah, definitely.
On that side of the coin, yeah, I definitely see it working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like finally Nintendo.
I don't see it as a waggle game, because you at least like they were able to make it clear, like the aiming,
Yeah,
curves and
it's not just. I mean, it's a fighting game, so I'm sure you can just do whatever you want and maybe you'll win. But I can see this becoming a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
It was definitely a step up from the 1-2 switch thing, which still seemed really cool. But I don't know, it just felt weird. Maybe it was just all the trailers of the cowboys shooting themselves with controllers.
Yeah.
That was a really long trailer.
Oh
It
yeah.
was a really freaking
It
long
was.
trailer for just a. I mean, I guess it's supposed to capture the essence of cowboys and stuff. I mean, like, I saw the scenery. Mainly, I was disappointed when I saw they shot themselves with Joy-Cons, because I kind of wanted it to be Red Dead Redemption 2 for the Switch.
We thought it was Red Dead Redemption.
I never look at chat during any Nintendo Direct or Nintendo presentation, but I would put $100 down on the fact that that's what the chat was spamming at the time. Look, Red Dead 2 on Twitch.
I was telling
I wasn't looking at chat, so but I
Yeah,
imagine
neither were
I
we.
imagine that's what happened.
I was telling Dan in the middle of it, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if like one of them, they did shoot was a controller, but the other one actually had a gun?
Yeah.
That would be pretty messed up though.
Yeah, it's a little bit too dark for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. So, what else was in that really though? When I think about it, that's the only thing that I can. Oh my gosh, you guys! I'm so sorry. I got distracted with a tweet from Nintendo Wire.
Yeah.
Breaking news here: The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild Master Edition and Limited Edition announced of the Nintendo Switch.
Holy shit!
It looks like it comes with a soundtrack CD and a friggin' Master Sword. And
Replica?
and a map.
Wait,
Are we talking about like full body sword here?
I don't know how big this
I-
thing is. It's an edition of the game. Okay. It comes with a map, soundtrack CD, the game, some kind of carrying case for the Switch tablet, and like a replica of the Master Sword.
Holy shit! How much is
Holy
it?
cow.
Life-size, like a life-size replica?
It's not life size. I can't
Okay.
know how big it is.
All right.
Limited
Wow.
edition. Oh my gosh.
How much is it?
Like
I don't know.
It's gonna break my bank
$300.
though.
$300.
I gotta
$300.
pre-order it.
You want to get it? Hey, the Japanese are going on pre-order. January 21st, yeah.
Dude,
It's right around my
first.
birthday. If anyone wants to like donate towards that, I'll take any donations right now.
It's right around. Hey, my birthday was 2 months ago.
In respects to pre-orders, guys, I know that GameStop is taking them in person at the store tomorrow morning. So you have to go to the store.
So if you're in Puerto
online
Rico,
retail.
that's too bad for you.
Yeah, too bad. Online retailers, I'm going to be staying up for a while to see if anybody's doing anything, because mine has to come from Amazon. Anyway, sorry to derail that. That just really distracted me, and I totally forgot what I was talking about. But it's
We were with the Joy-Cons, but finishing the Joy-Cons, let's get with the third-party, developers, getting into Nintendo. Like, finally, this has been like a dream come true.
To end cap to that, do you guys notice that we got the motion games out of the way first? I mean, It's interesting that they still have some focus on doing, swinging around and stuff like that. Hardcore gamers don't want that, but with games like ARMS, and at least with this new 3D Rumble technology, they have something different going there. But I can appreciate at least that there were a lot of games that aren't motion control focused, but that they did that first and got it out of the way. Anyway,
Exactly.
that's just my piece about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So, third-party developer, in Nintendo right now. So, what do you guys think?
Oh my God. I am
FIFA
so glad
2017.
finally confirmed.
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
What about FIFA? What about FIFA?
That's gonna be another. No one gave a damn about FIFA.
What do you
The
mean no
person
one gave a
announced-
damn about FIFA?
The person announcing FIFA didn't give a damn about FIFA.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He was like really serious, like,
The translator was more excited than him. Okay.
Want Minecraft? Please, Minecraft. Give Minecraft.
Yeah.
We get story mode and normal Minecraft.
During that announcement, yeah, I saw that there was story mode. I saw a clip of normal Minecraft and I saw a clip of story mode Minecraft.
Yeah.
We're gonna get both of those on the Switch. But during the FIFA announcement, that dude, the translator was like sucking the life out of him during the course of that announcement. Like he slowly started getting more bored, and the other dude started getting more
Props
microphone away
to
from his mouth.
props to Bill Trinan. That's the person who was translating for that EA guy.
Yeah.
He's a friggin' genius, but I was so worried. I don't know why.
He did a great job.
Yeah,
He
he's a
did,
genius
yeah.
though. He's
Unlike
a genius though.
that other guy.
Unlike the poor Suda51 translator guy. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think there were a lot of Tecmo Koei.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a Fire Emblem Warriors game.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
I'm looking forward
that
to
music.
that
That started to give me chills. I was like, "What is this?" And then I heard the Fire Emblem music. I was like, "Oh,
Dude.
They're getting a Shin Megami Tensei game from Atlas.
Sadly, we did not get. That's the only thing that I didn't like. I was hoping. I mean, I loved that it was Shin Megami Tensei and that it was Fire Emblem, but it felt like those were the only two trailers that are the type of trailers I absolutely hate to see during conferences,
sure."
which are trailers that don't include and not even a second of gameplay.
Sure.
Yeah, those CG trailers, and that's
It's like
it.
you're gonna get us hyped, but you're not showing us shit about what the game is gonna be. Like you're not
Same
giving
problem with
As far as I know, they're very early in development as well. Like for a lot of the games that they showed.
But I'd rather see them programming something, like programming what the screen would look like, at least for what they have up till that moment. At least like a couple of seconds, like someone working on a computer. Like, let me see that computer screen and what they're doing.
I did like that about Bayonetta 2 when that was announced for Wii U. They actually went to the studio. I'll never forget that because Nintendo never does that. They went to the studio and they actually had shots of them like in their level creator.
But okay, now we mentioned a couple of things. We mentioned a couple of games. Now I want to mention the game that made me so giddish and so happy during the entire conference, even more than Breath of the Wild. Okay, and it definitely is Xenoblade 2.
Xenoblade
2.
Even though I haven't touched X, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Well, it seems to have a completely new protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna
I have X
God.
still in the plastic.
Why don't you play it? Oh my God.
I need to, Dits. I need to.
You fucking need to. Okay? You fucking need to.
That game looked amazing. So this proves this proves that games like graphically wise, Switch could handle it.
Yeah,
I'm surprised right now. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's having it at least compared to PC settings. What they're planning on doing is that in the dock, it's going to be 1080p on low settings, and then in the handheld, it's going to be 720p on medium settings.
Yeah.
So considering for the small screen it has, and then passing it on to a TV, that's pretty good graphics to be just stable for that on any game. And I'm totally waiting for
Yeah.
anything that shows up on it.
Wow, it's even the Square Enix games like Dragon Quest. That'll be Dragon Quest 11. That was also announced. I don't even know if it's exclusive or not.
Dragon Quest X.
I don't think the Dragon Quest ones are exclusive. That new one, Octolink or whatever it's called.
Project Octopera, something like that.
Yeah, that one's probably an exclusive for Switch.
Yeah, I think Dragon Quest X has been out for, I think, maybe a year now. It's been a pretty big MMO, mainly in Japan, I think.
Yeah,
But
but
so
I know
this is going to be the
Dragon-
first time
That's
we
the
see
MMO
it
one?
over here. Yeah, Dragon Quest X.
Oh, dude.
What?
Oh, I just think that's cool. If like, you're saying that's the MMO one, and that's the one that's coming.
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
Dragon Quest X, which is an MMO that's been out in Japan for like a year now, maybe a bit
Dude,
more.
That's
And
rad,
Dragon-
though.
And Dragon Quest 11, which is the classic JRPG style for Dragon Quest games.
So
Okay.
for a long time, the Dragon Quest heroes were exclusive for Sony, and now they're getting both games on the Switch.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is high. Yeah, this is really high. And what other games are coming out that
Well,
are?
You said Square Enix. I'm blanking on the one with the graphics that I love to death. That's the one
Octo.
that looks like they're the. Is that what that was?
Yeah,
Project Octopera.
With the SNES looking sprites and then the 3D.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that art. I instantly fell in love with that art. And that art.
It was really impressive. I saw the
gosh.
not the SNES sprites, but like the drawn cutscenes are still images that they showed.
Yeah.
Like that immediately made me think. Like they didn't say the name at that moment, so I was like still thinking, what the heck could this be?
It
But,
reminded me a lot of Dragon's Crown, and there's another
Dragon's
game just
Crown.
like it. Have you not played that?
I did not see the Amazon with a 24-pack. Okay.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dragon's Crown. The Amazon from Dragon's Crown. Whatever.
Oh, I get you.
Thank you.
I heard
So-
Amazon, and I immediately thought of the online shopping website. I was like, what? Are you talking about buying a 24-pack on like the internet? Like, you want
my
beer?
God. Okay,
What
so
in
I saw
blazes?
the still image art, and the first thing that popped into my head was Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like wow. It's like then I saw Project Octopera. That was like, okay, it looks interesting, but for what my head was hyping it up for, kind of a letdown. Because I would be so goddamn happy if they made a Final Fantasy Tactics game for the Nintendo Switch, which is a pretty beloved series, and since they're trying to go more handheld, would be pretty goddamn smart on their part.
Dude, guys, pre-orders are live on Best Buy's website.
What?
Is it crashed?
I don't know.
I think
I'm
it's-
on mobile. I want to do it so bad. I can't do it at Best Buy.
But Japan's supposed to have its pre-orders January 21st. Why would we have American pre-orders first? That's no one.
We just get ours first, Dids. I know
We
for a
just
fact
don't-
that GameStop's doing it, and now the internet tells me that Best
But
Buy
they-
is doing theirs.
But they said during the conference that everyone in the world is getting their Nintendo Switch at the same time. I don't know. Please, no, please.
Everyone's
stop.
getting it at the same
No.
time, but you get to pre-order it sooner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's up,
Because there's gonna be like 10 per store.
Oh, Walmart's up too.
dude. What should I get? Neon or normal?
Neon.
Neon it is.
Okay, you're gonna get neon. Officer Dan's getting normal.
Oh man, I need it to go up on Amazon. Frank, I can't do it anywhere else.
Dude, if it's on Amazon, it'd be amazing.
Okay, so this
Everybody else is going up.
podcast is gonna be Nintendo conference reaction and pre-order anticipation syndrome.
Okay, we can keep talking, but I'm gonna be refreshing Amazon's
I'm
app
gonna
on my Chromebook and opening.
I'm
up
gonna
the
wait as
Chromebook.
well because if it's on Amazon, I could get free Prime shipping on that. So, yeah, if that.
Shinja, don't risk it, man. You can't.
Okay, so
What do you guys think of Splatoon?
Oh my God.
that. Oh my God. Even though I like watching you guys play, I like watching people play. I never played this game before. I even won the second game.
Dude, the second game is amazing. You got hairstyles, you got pants, you got the akimbo guns now, the dualies.
You can shoot them in different directions.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The movement.
You've got like all the missile new weapons, special weapons that you get.
Yeah, that you
it's
unlock
crazy.
them. He said that you unlock them by getting a certain percentage of the map in your color, right?
Yeah,
Something like
it's just like the normal game. It's like so you spray an amount of ink, and then after that, like you unlock it. It's like a one use thing until you refill the gauge up.
So Splatoon was announced for the summer, right?
Yeah. Summer.
Right.
Maybe
and
maybe after E3.
after E3, you
It's-
think-
maybe
it said
after
May.
E3, yeah.
So E3 is like what, June?
June, maybe. Yeah.
So before E3 possibly.
Maybe they'll delay it.
No freaking way. News
So-
hot off the press.
bring it.
I'm sorry I keep derailing this, but I keep seeing crap, guys. So this is this is interesting. Nintendo switching to the traditional paid service, online service.
Yeah.
And so that's probably worth talking about. I'm seeing this right here. For eShop things, you're going to be able to buy NES and SNES games and stuff like that. Subscribers to the online service will get to download and play a Nintendo Entertainment System (NES) or Super Nintendo game with signing up. But in parentheses after that, it says with newly added online play.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my gosh! So that means,
Dude, we have to play Secret of Mana.
dude, SNES and NES games with online play built into it. Holy junk!
No, that's
We have
crazy.
to play Secret of Mana.
They won this generation. Forget about
Holy
Microsoft,
jump.
man.
So another thing I
That's
noticed.
Sony.
Another thing I noticed was that I think they're probably gonna go the path that most of the main consoles went. You have to pay like a monthly fee or a yearly
I think
fee
so. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be able to play online. But they
It'll
did
be-
mention that once you get the console, there is going to be a free trial. I think they mentioned it was going to be about 3 or 4 months long, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think
That's
they mentioned
good.
an exact date. They said that like when it launches,
they did say
the
month-
online
they
services was
said
going to
the
be free.
month. They said that the free trial would last till, I think it was either June or July. So that's where the free online is going to last till. And then after that, I imagine it's going to go into a subscription format, which would be the same as the PS Plus or the Xbox Live.
Yeah. But it's still good. I mean, they're winning people back. I mean, look at all these frustrated Xbox fanboys right now, and they're like looking for something else besides Sony. And now look, they're going towards Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's the most logical thing that you could think of. I mean, Nintendo struck back. Wow. So the price, guys. What do you think about the price at the beginning?
Happy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Definitely.
300 is
Happy.
definitely the cheapest that we've seen out of any of the newer generation consoles.
I almost
Yeah.
would have been sad. Like there was rumors of it being 400, and there were rumors of it being 250.
250.
I think-
Yeah.
I think I would have been sad at either of those for one reason or another.
Yeah, because if it's like 250, it'll be like, this console is shit. But if it's been like 400, it's like, okay, what the hell are you guys doing? It will be either way, like, either you don't care about your console, or either you just want to rip off money from us. So 300 is okay.
So, I kind of want to ask, what do you guys think Toshihiro was kind of referencing to with this bit in the conference?
What did he do? I can't remember.
Toshihiro is the corporate director of Sega.
Oh yeah, that was weird, eh?
Oh, that thing at the beginning. It's like, hey.
It wasn't at the beginning. It was like
almost
over
at the end.
half an hour.
He was like, "Oh, we want to do stuff," and then he didn't show anything.
Yeah, I mean, there were people that just like, hey, we show up and we want to do stuff. There was like Toshihiro with Sega. Then there was oh my god, the dude with the dudes that did No More Hero, Suda51.
Yeah, Suda.
Yeah.
Which is dude, that's cool that Travis Touchdown's coming back.
Yeah, a new Travis Touchdown concept art. That's awesome.
Yeah. Which is, what's weird concerning Sega is we already have a Sonic game confirmed for Switch. It's Sonic Mania. They didn't even have anything to show off from that. The Sega guy comes up. He doesn't even show off any more of the Sonic game that we know for a fact's coming.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't think they showed like many or any games from Sega really. They just talked about saying like how they're excited.
Did you guys see there was a game, I want to know what the heck it was, but there was a game of like two colored like pieces that looked like rectangles / circles and whatnot, and then they would kind of like push into each other, and then like when they'd separate, they'd like take different forms and stuff like that, and they'd be playing games, and as they knocked into each other, they would be changing. It was during like that really long like gameplay video of a lot of different things, but that's one that really caught my attention. I don't know what the heck it is.
Yeah, I don't know either. They showed a lot of different games in there, and like I only caught like a few like that like are either out or they're already staples. Like we saw a lot of like Mario Kart 8, and like
we saw Mario Kart 8 that
and
you
they
can have
never
2 items.
mentioned it.
I saw the 2 item slot.
Yeah.
Then I saw another game that looked like it felt like Batmobile Racing. Because they showed like
that's Super Racing Neo or whatever. It's kind of like a new version of Super Racing Neo, except coming to Switch.
Are you guys okay with what's this thing called? The controller that comes separately.
The Pro?
The Pro looking thing? What do they call that officially anyway?
I think it's the Pro controller.
Yeah, Pro controller, yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that not being included in the $300 package?
I'm not upset about it.
Yeah, kind of used to that kind of thing not coming with.
Like, because, I mean, you technically already have the exact same thing, just a little bit smaller. This one just has a more conventional shape, probably a little bit bigger. So depending on the price, I think I'm okay. Like with my Wii U, I didn't get a Pro controller included with it. I think, or there might have been a bundle early on in launch that included it, but I ended up buying it, and I didn't see a problem with it.
Using those for fighting games, the Pro controllers.
Yeah, and the thing you got to remember is like it's completely optional as well. It's not like you can't play any of the games you get without it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool in a way, if we put it that way. But if people want to just like have everything in one pack, then it's like, come on, dude, just give me the freaking controller.
I would have been pissed if they didn't include the straps.
That will be a ripoff.
That I would have been definitely pissed. I mean,
That will be a
I was like listening to the strap thing, and it's recorded on the live reaction me and Zyber did. But definitely like I was during the whole time. I'm like, oh God, please be included. Please be included. Please be included. And then he mentioned, and then there's these that are different colors that you have to buy separately.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I'm good enough. Okay, straps are included. I already know that the horrible ones are included. That's good for me.
That would have been like, okay, you're ripping me off, like legit. Let's see, other thing that was interesting. There were a lot of things, man. It's
The
like
charge
three-way.
cable.
Yeah, the charge cable.
It's the universal Type C.
Yeah,
And
I
the
was really
battery
happy
thing.
about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
And the battery durability.
That was a
Good
little bit
to-
disappointing.
2.5 hours to 6.5
It's so-
hours.
Yeah, it's a really easy point for critics to make fun of, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
battery is bad. Like, it's so easy, but think about it. With USB-C, like, everything's using that now. In fact, I have a battery charger pack for my phone, you know?
Yeah, you could
Like,
charge
I'm
it with
wondering if
that.
it's- Yeah, I'm wondering if it's even going to work with that, you know? Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should. I would
If you're
suspect
really going to
it
be
does.
that mobile.
The charges for it are everywhere. They did say you can charge it while it's playing, so you can plug it in and you won't have to worry about it just consuming the battery slower, because that statement at least feels
Exactly.
that
People-
if you plug it in while playing, it is going to charge.
People complain with the Wii U gamepad. They're all like, "Oh, it's 4 hours," but like, I'm at home. I just sit next to an outlet and
Exactly.
plug it in.
Indeed.
So I think the 2.5 hours are for when you're playing a game that's really, really intensive on the system. Like, I would definitely say Skyrim is going to be one of those games,
and Zelda.
and also Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Are going to be games that are really going to push into that 2.5 hour battery life, and maybe then 6.5 is for when you're playing something less intensive, or when you're just searching the shop, or if you're going to be able to browse the internet or other stuff on the Switch. I don't believe any of that's been confirmed. If you're going to be able to use like Netflix and such, I imagine it's going to be, because if not, it'd be pretty
I mean,
horrible on Nintendo's part.
I think one of the ways it's probably gonna head is it's probably gonna start looking a lot like a tablet. So there's probably gonna be a lot of third-party apps that will let you do that. Like, obviously there's gonna be Netflix. I would hope so. Like, it's kind of like a staple of, like, you have to have this now.
Yeah.
On like new gen consoles. If you don't have Netflix, Hulu, YouTube,
Yeah.
you know, it's like you're missing out.
Yeah, all those things has to be included. I mean, people are like, they're like screw cable or direct TV or any dish, like where it's all online, just like we have been talking the podcast of last year. I mean, and this is also a portable console where you could take the screen out of it and take it anywhere. And it's a bigger screen than your freaking phone. You can watch movies there with no problem, and you know it's. I know it's not easy to carry. That is why there is a backpack for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been mentioning accessories. Yes, accessories for the Switch from third-party developers, and I'm really happy about that, because Nintendo have not been giving a lot of third party for almost a freaking decade. Yeah, for the Wii wasn't that much, but neither the Wii U. But it's been a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, just saying, during that little montage that they gave of different games that I mentioned earlier, I saw one. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the biggest selling game the Twitch has, even more than Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. The Switch is gonna have Farming Simulator.
Dude, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I couldn't believe it when I saw
Yeah.
that, man.
It's gonna have the Farming Simulator. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Oh my god!
that Farmville right there, man.
There's a talk that Stardew Valley's coming to
Yeah,
it also.
Stardew Valley right there.
I would get that.
I got that Facebook money. Yeah, Stardew Valley's already confirmed for the Switch.
Yeah.
It's already been confirmed. It's coming.
You-
It's coming, Officer Dan.
I don't retweet people that often, but I couldn't help it. Because one of my favorite YouTubers was like, I'm excited for it coming to Switch so I can play it in bed. I retweeted it, and I was like, add in the toilet, too.
And while driving, and while working,
While showering.
and while
Yeah.
cooking, and
Dude, I
while
could
eating.
play all my favorite games without pausing.
Yeah,
I did-
guys.
Yeah, I also did see. I know Zyber's gonna like this. Liu Bei from. I call him Liu Bei. I don't know if anyone else calls him differently. From Dynasty Warriors and
Yeah.
Warriors Orochi. So goddamn hyped.
Indeed. What else was there?
Yeah, what else is there, guys? I'm
I mean, I don't-
excited, but I can't remember all for
me
what, because
neither.
there was
It's
a
just
lot.
the excitement. Okay. So okay, let's just stop the fanboying. All right, let's just like go to the real thing, and get to the deep thoughts about the future of the Nintendo general, not the Switch, but Nintendo, all the games and all everything. What do you think about Nintendo's future by now? From now?
It's looking pretty good. They're really heading in the right direction with the console market, where they're making a distinction as to why you should get their console as opposed to a gaming computer or just another product. Because you can play all your favorite games that you can in every other console, plus you can get games that honestly you couldn't do or play in any other console.
Yeah.
So a few examples of those would be like the Splatoon games and the ARMS game, where motion is involved. Whenever they start using the 3D rumble, that's also gonna probably be implemented in a lot of games in some way. I like to see like a Phoenix Wright game or something like that, where you have to go investigating and you use the 3D rumble to like figure out what's inside of a box or something.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. So they're definitely making at least for them, like the console market more appealing. Which I think they've always been doing. Like honestly, their console stands out more from a computer than any other, and it's what kind of makes it strong. That it actually gives you a reason to be like, oh yeah, but I could just get a gaming PC. Like no, this one like it actually does like stuff that your PC couldn't do or wouldn't be able to do.
That's right. Can't lug your rig up to a rooftop party.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are my thoughts exactly. Like the Nintendo went in a way that even something that PC cannot do, like you cannot take that's impossible unless you have a freaking huge amount of things in your laptop that are powerful enough to take on the go. But at the same time, the Switch made a really good move. As for Nintendo in general, I see them in the right direction. I see them that they're not screwing things up like other companies. Like, you know what? At least if they're going to make something on E3 this year, I mean, like they have nothing else to say. But the release dates from games are gonna be these type of dates. We want just release dates. That's all we want to know. To just have a good roster of games for the Switch. Um, as for the online, I'm really happy that they are legit going into that the playing online and be very solid in that. I'm happy that they still have that local multiplayer
Oh, up
where
to 8, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then
that local multiplayer was so solid. I was like, man, not it's amazing, really, and I like that. I like that Nintendo is going through that direction, and I hope they keep on doing all those stuff and evolve with the Switch. And I hope that this console will last at least more than 6 years, which is really hard these kinds of days.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the local multiplayer thing and to multiplayer itself, it's so perfect, so convenient, and to me, it kind of makes me giddish, really, really goddamn happy, bringing me memories from my past. Because whenever I'd see like a bit of them like playing local multiplayers with either one Switch and two controllers or multiple Switches with multiple controllers, like, dude, it made me feel like, can we have LAN parties again? Are we reminiscent LAN parties? Like, I would remember setting up computers like Shinja mentioned earlier. That would be kind of crazy, but I remember like two, three, four of us going to someone's house, setting up a LAN, and playing the first game I played on a PC I owned, doing LAN parties of Age of Empires 2. Dude,
Oh yeah.
that is like, oh my god, that is so much nostalgia. That is so much memory for me. It's like, wow, and seeing something like this, like a console that's totally portable, totally easy to link to other Nintendo Switches, to have like local multiplayer between multiple consoles. Like, that's a LAN party. I'm
Yeah.
so goddamn excited for this. I After watching this conference, I was skeptic before watching the conference. Now that I saw it, I'm like, so goddamn, I am so much in this hype train. It's like, I'm not gonna eat for the next couple of months. I need to buy this. I need to buy this as soon as fucking
oh,
possible.
man, and it's coming sooner than we all thought, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely thought it was gonna be the
The last day
earliest.
of March.
I definitely thought it was gonna be either between the last week of March or the week
Yeah.
before that. I did not expect it to be literally
The same
the
week. That's
third
that first
day.
week. Yeah. That freaking first week, man. Like, what?
Like, that's
Yeah.
not even 3 months. That's 2 months and pennies.
It's like a
Right?
month and a half away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dan, I want to hear from a real fan of Nintendo. What are your thoughts on, the future of Nintendo from here on out?
Where do I start? Well, I know where to start. I can piggyback off Dids a little bit as far as being able to connect, have them all local like that. This is something that I was excited about when the Wii U was first being brought up, because they talked about having gamepad games, at least two gamepad games put together. And I just imagined all the great possibilities of everyone having their own dedicated screen while,
Mhm.
using the TV or something like that.
Agreed.
And it's like, now it's actually real, except we can also do it anywhere. It's kind of like what you're already able to do with the 3DS, except even greater because it's working with everything multiplayer, most likely. Splatoon was just online, but the very first trailer they had all those people like together. We could have, they said 8, and Splatoon is a 4v4 game. So we know that we can do that with Splatoon, like whatever. And that's exciting. And respects to online and finally being able to pay for it, I feel like that just shows that Nintendo's finally serious and they've got this figured out with their own paid subscription like that. They're finally jumping in with the ranks of Microsoft and Sony in that regard, and I'll kind of miss that. But that to me is just a statement of maturity. It's like, all right, we finally got this after all this time, after all these people complaining. Please get your crap together for
Yeah.
online stuff. Like, we finally got it, and Splatoon is most certainly the tightest online game that Nintendo has ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
For how the net code worked and how well that behaved. So I think they learned like a valuable lesson with how well together Splatoon turned out. And hopefully that's like for as much money and time as they put into Smash Bros. That just goes to tell you, like, for the fact that Splatoon's online was even better than Smash's was. I think they figured that out. I'm so happy that Breath of the Wild is a launch title. I know that was kind of up in the air. That is going to sell the system like crazy. That is a crazy strong launch for all the people who aren't Nintendo fans outside of conferences and even E3. The number one most anticipated thing that people were looking forward to was Breath of the Wild and that huge sandbox, that whole new Zelda experience that's never been put together before. The fact that that is coming out as a launch title is huge, and I think that's going to be really, really big.
It's gonna sell more than the freaking Wii and the Wii U combined.
I think people have that feeling, especially after something like this.
There's also the difficulty or the situation of them announcing that there's going to be a limit of systems per store. That's pretty low.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what the hell?
It's kind of like they're going to have like 10 to 15 systems per store, something like that, I believe.
GameStop has like 35 pre-orders per store, isn't that it, Dan?
I'm seeing numbers that are different depending on what area those stores are in. The screenshot that I saw on Reddit showed that one store had 38. And according to people in that thread who had worked at GameStop, said that that was a lot. And that they, like, when the PS4 came out, or the Xbox One, like, most max limits were 30 for a store. And I'm seeing that one screenshot of 38, and there was one comment from someone who claimed to work there that saw a number as high as 54 for a store. And so according to people, that's like quite a few for one store.
Yeah.
I have, like I keep saying, I have unfortunately put all of my eggs in one basket in Amazon. Because when it comes to new Nintendo consoles, I try to save up ahead of time. And this time my saving up was all in my Amazon wallet, so I'm pending for Amazon to work out. But that's not pertinent to discussing Nintendo.
I mean, there are a ton of stores that work with Amazon selling stuff through there, so if Nintendo doesn't put it up, someone will.
Yeah. I know people have that fear of scalpers. It was just fresh off of the NES Classic Edition.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, is the first month that came out, I thought I heard it was a number that was under 200,000. I couldn't tell you the exact number because I can't remember. I want to say it was 168,000, but it was under 200,000 that they said that they sold in the first month, and we know how the shortages were for that. I'm seeing reports that for the launch window of Nintendo Switch that they're sending out 2 million. I don't know if that's worldwide or if it's just dedicated to the US, but that combined with one GameStop store confirmed as an example to have pre-orders up to 38. I'm hoping not to worry about shortages this time around. I completely understand why people are worried, and why I have my reservations about Amazon, because they screwed up the NES Classic release. But it's like you said, Dids, there's other retailers that sell from here.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better about stocks this time, but I'm never happy until I know I get it for sure. In case you guys couldn't tell, I'm certainly a day one, a day one person.
I'm gonna
Um,
try and be a day one person as much.
yeah,
Until.
holy cow! That Mario game, I'm so excited for that.
Dude,
I'm so excited for that, man.
that Mario game's gonna be delish. That's
It's like an
gourmet.
open world Mario, right?
Yeah, it definitely had an
It-
open
Yeah,
world vibe.
It looks
somewhat like that.
huge.
It's like I saw the metro area. First thing I thought of the original Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
The first thing we were talking before recording started, I know that people were thinking of Sonic 06 when they saw human people walking by. I just
Yeah,
know
and a
people were
street.
thinking that.
The
Yeah.
street and cars.
But dude,
Yeah.
I feel like there were people who were playing around with the Unreal Engine, and they stuck this Mario model in this hyper realistic environment and gave him Mario 64 movement. So Mario looked completely normal, but he was in a realistic environment, you know?
Mhm.
I saw that tech demo. I don't know how many, like, it was just like a student project thing, right? And I thought, dude, that looks really cool. That could be like an actual Mario thing. And then we get this game, and I was like, holy junk. This is
Right
that
from
game.
out of it, yeah.
Did you notice the leap of faith? There was like Mario did like a leap of faith off a
It
really
was-
tall building,
Dude, that was so weird to see. But I was enthralled with the
and
whole
then
thing.
immediately cut to him and his flying home or whatever it is
Yeah.
to travel
my
between the different worlds. Then the jungle world that showed up in the Mario trailer.
That
was
really
like-
did look like Sonic 06, though.
That made me a
Yeah.
Pikmin. That immediately
Yeah,
made me
Pikmin.
think of Pikmin.
Sure. Oh, dude.
Man.
And did you see him jumping rope with the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's so
he's just
funny.
Like, what?
I tried not to blink for Mario. I tried to. I'm gonna be rewatching that stuff later.
Okay,
Um,
so yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. You go ahead.
I mean, I kind of want to switch to talking about a different trailer. Are you guys cool with that?
Totally.
Absolutely.
I want to talk about Breath of the Wild for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that trailer, it almost had me in tears already. Like,
Me too.
I felt like
Dude,
I was
yeah.
watching the trailer for a movie or an anime or something. I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap.
Shinja's
This is
reaction
amazing.
was amazing.
Okay,
The Japanese voice acting was so damn cool.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want to play the voice acting like Zelda and Link just voice acting in Japanese. I don't care about English really. I don't mind.
Can
Really.
I really want to
Okay.
ask you guys about Zelda's design specifically.
She looks different.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
she's
looks
always different in every game. But
different.
Her face is
Yeah.
closer to what she looks like in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like
I think
Ocarina
this
of
is
Time.
actually some of sequel of Ocarina of Time.
I was thinking it might be
I
think
immediately
it is
right
what they
after
Yeah.
the first. It's either after Ocarina of Time or if they're talking about Ganon, it has to be after Ocarina of Time. But I was thinking if
They talked
felt like it
specifically
was-
about Calamity Ganon, and then they mentioned it
Yeah.
being 100 years ago.
yeah, so I'm not sure. Like for a second I thought it might have been like right after Skyward Sword.
I feel like that's the Deku tree that was talking for part of it. That's just
Yeah,
my
the
feeling.
moment. Yeah, that's immediately what I thought as well. The Deku tree saying, "Oh, you don't remember me now."
Do you guys think
It's-
maybe after Wind Waker possibly?
Wind Waker.
I have no idea.
I would consider Wind Waker being way too far ahead for something like this.
Yeah.
I would consider Wind Waker right now being the latest in the timeline of all the Legend of Zelda games that we've seen up to date, including Breath of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild is definitely between something.
Well,
And
I feel like
and
it should be like
before
the late, like way further back in the timeline.
Breath of the
I'm not
Wild
entirely
definitely
sure.
like way further back because Wind Waker, the world is consumed by water, dude.
Yeah, but Ganon shows up in Wind
Yeah.
Waker, and then doesn't the water get drained supposedly?
Does it? I
Does
don't-
Ganon show up in Wind Waker?
Yeah, like Wind Waker is a sequel to Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Wind
So
Waker
you
is what
do
happens if the
don't
hero
remember too
fails
well.
to. Wind Waker is what happens if the hero fails to fully defeat Ganon, basically. Like he defeats Ganon, but then he loses to him, and then the sages have to um, seal him away, and so the whole world is flooded and whatnot.
Okay.
Or actually, no,
All right.
it's something along those lines. Like it happens when Link leaves for his Majora's Mask journey, and then everything gets flooded.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, going back to the Breath of the Wild trailer. Oh my god, I saw so many characters. I immediately, and I mean immediately, fell in love with. I saw like a huge boar with like a mohawk. I saw the opera lady, kind of looked like an opera lady.
She seemed like a great fairy.
A great
Yeah.
fairy.
Reminded me of a
think
great.
so?
She reminded
That's
me
what
of
I
a
would
great fairy
think.
with how her makeup was. That's just me though.
I saw
That's
a
what I
flying
thought it
bird
was.
with a bow and arrow,
Yeah.
and I saw a shark head dude.
We saw a whole bunch of Zoras. I'm thinking the Sharkhead dudes are Zoras.
I was thinking
Yeah.
that too.
So,
They're
but
like
we've
a
also
blend
got
for how they looked on the SNES and Ocarina to me.
so we got Zoras, and then we got Gorons, or obviously, and then we've got the what are they called? The flying people from Ocarina of Time, or not?
my
Wind
God.
Waker. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I know
Skyloft.
exactly who you're talking about.
I can't
I
remember.
can't recall the name, but I know exactly
race.
who you're talking.
They were supposedly evolved from Zoras, so it's weird to see them in the same timeline. Zoras and these guys.
Okay. Yeah, that would definitely be weird. Okay, yeah, that's actually starting to make me think. Yeah, I think this might definitely be much later in the timeline than we're thinking.
Yeah, I was feeling like it has to be after Wind Waker. It might be like almost immediately after Wind Waker. Actually, if the water gets drained, like that would explain why a lot of the like land is in ruins and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually makes a hell of a lot more sense. Okay, so the trailer definitely was awesome, but at least with the feel that the game was giving me during the entire trailer, there were a couple of things that I felt were made specifically to make people think of other games, because they definitely made me think of other games, and definitely like emotional moments in those games. There's one part where a city is like, I guess it's like the evil being released or something like that. You can see like this huge things with black clouds and stuff starting to like circle in the city, destroying
Yeah.
shit. And that definitely reminded me of the souls from the Colossi, from the Shadow of the Colossus games, from the Ico games.
Yeah.
And then another part that immediately reminded me of something else was the part where Zelda's in the lake. She turns around, looks at Link, starts running to him, and then immediately goes into his arms, and starts
That's
crying.
a Final Fantasy thing, though.
That definitely reminded me of
Yeah.
of that scene in Final Fantasy X between Tidus and Yuna.
Yes. I
And then,
never thought about that, man.
And then you get to see a little bit of gameplay from Link using the bow.
Yeah.
And he has kind of like a kite thing, like a what do you call those, gliders to
Yeah,
fly around.
paraglider.
You see a little,
Yeah.
you see a
Mhm.
little, you see him with on a raft, kind of like a Wind Waker style, which made me kind of giddy because Wind Waker was probably one of the Zelda games I played the most during my lifetime. I don't believe I finished it though. So yeah, sadly, I didn't get to see the ending. So sorry if I couldn't report to that earlier. But I'm definitely looking at the trailer. I'm excited from this. And with much of the gameplay, I feel that it has that, like, I want to say Skyrim,
It's
but the
survival.
world, I want to say Skyrim, but the world, you feel like you can interact with it so much. It's definitely
Yeah.
Zelda. But if I were to have to compare it to another open world game that has so much interaction with this world, so much interesting characters, I'm going to have to compare it to Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I don't know if any of you guys know about that
Yeah,
game.
I'm
yeah,
familiar.
yeah. I played
And
that game.
but the combat style that I felt from the bits I saw in Breath of the Wild, at least the ranged combat. I don't know how the melee combat is going to be, but the ranged combat definitely gave me a feel of the bow and arrow fight style in Shadow of Mordor. You get to see Link
Yeah.
like shoot a fire arrow, blow up a bunch of barrels. Then you get to see him jump off the horse, start shooting at a monster, jump off the wall, start shooting at a monster.
Yeah, think about that. In Zelda games, you typically jump into first person when you're aiming stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
or
game,
you
you don't
Z
really see
target
that.
the stuff.
Sure.
I hope there's grappling hooks.
I'm sure there is some sort of grappling.
Me too.
Double claw shots.
Dude, it's gonna be like Just Cause 3. You're gonna have a grapple hook and a
Oh
paraglider.
yeah.
You're causing
Damn.
chaos.
Yeah.
Um,
You're actually the
dude.
bad guy in this world.
In respects to that, Shinja, I know you at least have a Majora's Mask 3D, don't you? Or is
Yeah.
am I thinking of? Okay, like, you know how on the 3DS it was an Ocarina of Time 3D also, where you're able to use the gyroscopic aiming
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I just want to add real quick, I'm expecting that to be in Zelda, but just as a quick side note, I'm glad that that's still there for Splatoon. And I'm surprised that it's still there with the two Joy-Cons connected together. I forget what that concoction was called. Where they're docked in the controller.
The Joy-Con grip.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they're still able to do that between those two things.
Yeah. I'm
How
surprised
rapid-
that each Joy-Con has its own gyroscope in it as well.
It's
So it'll
crazy
be-
how much they fit in those things.
Yeah.
They're so goddamn tiny.
I know.
Yeah.
Like they definitely look tinier than the original NES controllers.
And docked together like that, I was expecting it to be bigger. But then he
Yeah.
had it in his hands. I was like, oh my gosh, even that thing's small.
Yeah, it feels like the whole thing might be able to
Just
fit in the
have
palm of your hand.
Oh, I'm hearing.
Shinja, replug your controller, your microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, it was specifically, towards adults.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely got that vibe. Okay.
So,
Okay.
whatever you
You
guys
started.
said is not there.
Don't
I'll start
worry,
over
I
again.
was recording over here just in case.
Okay.
Let me know when you started again.
It's already going.
Okay. So we saw Nintendo started the conference and they got the motion sensors, the motion controls out of the way. And then they went with Splatoon. And we all know Splatoon is right now, at least in the conference, is the game that they immediately went with competitive gaming. And outside of the conference, I'm really glad they didn't mention it inside the conference. But outside of it, they've always been mentioning and hyping up making it a competitive console, a console that supports competitive games, that people can use it for competitions, for tournaments.
Esports.
Yeah, for esports, anything esports, anything around. And we already know they're going to have arms, which means that's basically laying down the groundwork for introducing more fighting games. People are suspecting they're going to bring Mortal Kombat and that they're going to bring Street Fighter.
Yeah. I just to bring up Street Fighter, that is a special edition. It's a brand new edition of Street Fighter 2, they say. It's Street Fighter 2 Ultra, but with extra stuff thrown in. Or so
Damn.
I read.
Interesting. It would be funny if they include like skins or costumes, but of the newer versions of them.
Yeah, like Ponytail Ken.
Like Ponytail Ken, right? Or if they
Bearded.
introduce newer
They
characters.
will
Oh
still
my
get
god.
that. I mean, they're not, ripping off other exclusive games from other consoles, but at least getting that, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else before we close this podcast, guys?
Awesome conference. You get 10 out of 10 from Dids.
10 out of 10 over here. That they were really confident on everything they say.
Rest in peace, translator guy.
I mean,
Poor guy.
hey.
He got paid
Let's switch it up. Snap.
though. Snap.
Yeah.
Snap.
I'm gonna be snapping the refresh button. Is
On Amazon.
Yeah, on Amazon and Reddit's.
I'm gonna be not eating to save up that sweet Nintendo Switch money.
Man, happy about the price. The release date sooner than it was rumored to be. That's really great. I'm happy about the release. Like as far as that's concerned, I'm happy that Breath of the Wild's coming with it. I don't know. That right there is enough for me so far.
Yeah, it's like, I know this is like the ninth generation. Like we already put it in to step up the competition for the Pro, the Scorpio. This generation per se, I was losing hope until this night, until today, man. It's like, wow, I was like, Nintendo's the new hope, you know. But like before the podcast, I was telling this, well, Nintendo Strikes Back just like Empire Strikes Back, but it at the same time is the new hope for gaming. It's been so long that we have not seen Nintendo getting so good ever since 1995. Before the freaking GameCube.
I mean, the GameCube did well. It was
Yeah, it
once
did
the
Did
well.
okay.
They did okay, but that's when they started being like, eh.
the GameCube was unfortunate. When the Wii hit, it was when it was kind of. It was like
Just
it could have been so much more. That's always that's always what's been the problem with Nintendo. It's like it could have been so much more.
Yes.
And this console is this is the so much more that we wanted. I'm sure there's someone out there that's still like, oh, it doesn't do 4K. So that's gonna be bummed.
Yeah, it's gonna be haters.
Those
It's
other
gonna
stuff.
Yeah, expect like tons of YouTubers and all the articles of like why a Nintendo Switch will fail, or like top 10 reasons it's going to lose,
just to
or
get
top 10
views
reasons
and
it's going to win, or
subscribers.
top 8 things it's doing right, or top 69 reasons I hate 69.
BuzzFeed. Hashtag BuzzFeed.
Yeah, and as for we started with the bad news from Microsoft, but Nintendo gave us a new hope. They strike back to the freaking community. Not the community, but the industry. Yes, the industry of gaming, and yeah, guys, it's a new generation right here. I know it's still in the 8th generation, like we all say, but the 9th generation is here. Wow, it's been quite a ride with all about shit things going on for these 5 years straight. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that consoles are still alive because I'm a console gamer. Well, guys, I think this will be. I really wanted to go through the cancel games, but we can leave that for next week. I know Scalebound was canceled this week. Also, it's
I'm sorry,
it's
what?
shit.
I've never heard of that.
My gosh, it's yeah.
Let me look up the trailer right now. I don't think.
You won't even see the trailer.
Are you sure about that? I mean, I've never heard about that.
I think we could leave that for next week, and we can backlash all we want from Microsoft if they don't do anything after 1 week. So yeah, guys, let's leave this for Nintendo right here. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to rate, favorite, comment, and subscribe. This has been Zyberpunky.
Didsikal Games.
My name's Shinja.
And I'm Officerdan, and I host a gameplay channel called Karibukai Play, and we stream Super Mario Maker every Friday at 11 p.m.-ish Central Time. And I also create content over at Soda Wave Show.
Yeah, once again, thank you for joining us. Once again, remind you to rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys later.
Hashtag definitely my Nintendo.
Indeed.